I still remember that night as if it were etched into my very soul. I stood among the murmuring crowd in the dim light of an uncertain evening, watching events unfold with an intensity that defied explanation. As the tension thickened and the arrest of a revered man began, my eyes were drawn to a young man I had never seen before, a youth whose presence was subtle until that fateful moment. Suddenly, in the midst of the chaos, he faltered. One moment he was there, cloaked in the ordinary garb of a follower, and the next his garment betrayed him, tearing loose, falling away into the dark shadows. In that split second, he stood utterly exposed, fleeing into the night without a stitch to shield him. I felt a shudder run through the crowd, as if we were all witnessing not just a physical escape, but a metaphor for the raw vulnerability that lies at the heart of our human existence. There was something hauntingly profound about his naked flight. His exposure wasn't merely of flesh, it seemed to unmask the fragile human spirit, laid bare against forces far mightier than himself. In that dramatic moment, I realized how the young man's desperate scramble echoed the universal struggle against forces that strip us of our dignity and identity. Even now, in our modern age of digital transparency and relentless scrutiny, we find ourselves unexpectedly naked before the world. The young man's bare escape is a timeless reminder that vulnerability can reveal our innermost truths. A revelation that in our era of instant judgment, our most private selves are constantly at risk of exposure. I cannot shake the image of that fleeting moment, the interplay of fear, shame, and the desperate desire for freedom. His flight spoke to the courage it takes to confront a system that dehumanizes and to the beauty of authenticity in the face of overwhelming adversity. Even as time moves forward, the echo of that night reminds me, and us all, that every human heart carries the capacity for both profound vulnerability and quiet resilience.